Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the last talk, which was about love, because my talk will unfortunately be about hate. So today we're going to talk about why you hate innovation. There are no exceptions. We all hate innovation. You hate innovation, you hate innovation. Even our 10-year-old friend hates innovation. I hate innovation. But the thing is, innovation it's amazing. We all love it. It's such a great word. You only think about great, positive things when you hear the word innovation. You guys are all seniors and juniors, and you're all going to do this one day. It's incredible. And yet, you hate it. That sucks. And because you hate it, because all of us hate it, most innovations fail. 7 out of 8, to be exact. And most of these products, most of these technologies are quite amazing. You know what? I'm going to say they're all amazing. But the thing is, you rejected them. I rejected them. Why did we reject them? Because you were the problem. Because you hate innovation. But the thing is, we can love innovation. We're going to talk about GCash. It's an innovation that we all love. It's an innovation that we all use. It's an innovation that I dare say we cannot live without in 2025. Some statistics. GCash is the most adopted financial innovation in Philippine history. It's one of the most adopted financial innovations in the world. That's crazy. We are a fintech-forward country, the Philippines. GCash has 94 million users, 84 million active users. That's insane. 1.5 trillion pesos in total transaction value. That's not a lot of money. Now, the thing is, we can't live without it. That's the most important facet of GCash. However, you kind of did. We did live without it. So, in my field of work, I have to talk to people that don't use innovations and ask them why, people that use innovations and ask them why. And whenever I ask people, when did you download GCash? When did you first start using it? And 99% of the answers I receive say, we downloaded it 2020, during the pandemic. I got GCash during the pandemic. I think everyone here also got GCash somewhere around that time. Then, I ask another question. When do you think it started? When did it start? 99% of the answers I get, 2019, maybe 18, somewhere there. 17, 17, 18, 19, thereabouts. In fact, GCash posted a TV ad from when they were launched on YouTube recently, and everyone was startled to find out in the comment section that it was launched in 2004. 2004. You can't live without GCash, but you did. You lived 16 long years without GCash. Why did you live 16 long years with this thing that you can no longer live without? 4 words. Because you hate innovation. Until you need it. Okay, now you get your answer. Neurologically speaking, our brains hate innovation. Our brains are designed, they're configured to hate innovation. It's a software that is not upgraded to enjoy innovation. It only likes it when it has no other choice but to have it. Let me explain. The nature of innovation, when you think innovation, when you read sci-fi novels, when you watch Interstellar, when you watch Dune, you think of creating the future. You think of this pretty picture of the future of what it could be like. This alternative to the present. Very pretty. That's what innovation is. But The nature of our primitive brain, of our ancient brain, is designed solely to neutralize immediate problems. Our brains are so fixated on open wounds. It's so fixated on bleeding that needs to stop. It's so fixated on fires that need to be put out. It's completely and utterly contradictory to emotion. Innovation. The reason why you hate innovation until you need it is because innovation and the brain are contradictory by design, by nature. Your brain rejects innovation when it deprioritizes your survival. Survival. Your brain is a survival software. Your brain welcomes innovation when your immediate, current circumstance has no choice but to use it. When did you use GCash? 2020, when it was a need. GCash, seen as a mobile wallet from 2004 to 2019, signaled to our survival brain that it was a nice to have. You know, it could be cool. I can pay through my phone. Great, fantastic, amazing technology. Nice to have. Maybe I'll try it when I super need it. GCash in 2020, seen as contactless payments, signaled to our brain that this was a must-have. I can't pay for my salad without GCash. That's crazy. I gotta have it. These are two very important terms in innovation. Nice to have, must have. If you're innovating, nice to have, forget it. If you're innovating, must have, that's when you know it's a good one. GCash won the Philippines in 2020. So here's what we know so far. We know that innovations fail because your brain is designed to reject innovation until your present circumstance has no choice but to have it. We know that GCash took 16 years and a global pandemic to become the must-have that it is today. Here's our problem. What about the rest of the 7 out of 8 innovations that fail? What about the rest of them who don't have 16 years of unlimited resources to survive until it becomes a must-have? This is the problem we're trying to solve. We don't want innovations to fail. For them to succeed, for them to survive, clearly they have to engineer must-haveness from the get-go. So here's a case study of an alternative, a parallel universe that did just that. Most of you probably have never heard of M-Pesa. M-Pesa is the GCash of Kenya. And M-Pesa is one of the most successful financial innovations in history. In fact, it inspired GCash. It inspired most of the peer-to-peer payment systems in the world. So GCash, what is it? Mobile wallet. M-Pesa, what is it? Mobile wallet. They are the same. GCash, however, was a must-have after 16 years. M-Pesa was a must-have from the get-go. How did M-Pesa make that happen? How did they engineer this? You have to see it from the consumer's view. The consumer is the person with the brain, and the brain determines whether this is a must-have or it's a nice-to-have. GCash, a payment technology that offers new possibilities on how we pay. New possibilities, that's what innovations are about. Something that could happen in the future. Something that we could enjoy in the future. M-Pesa was the only payment solution available to safely send money from the capital city to families not in the capital city. There was no choice but to have it. Same product. What did the consumers say about GCash before 2020? I'll probably try it at some point. It looks good. Looks amazing. I may do it. But M-Pesa, I have no choice but to use it. Same product. Nice to have for 16 years. Same product, must have. Now, what's the difference? M-Pesa had more users than all Kenyan banks combined in less than 3 years. What's the difference? Same product, but the intention was different. Remember that word, intention. Here lies the grand insight of this presentation. The acceptance of innovation to our brains is grossly reliant on intention. Everyone here, if you innovate at any point in your life, you have to choose your intent. On the one hand, you get to idealize for a worthy future. On the other hand, you can rage against a burning present. And at this point, you know that ideals are fantastic. I'm an idealist. They're great. But ideals merely inspire nice to haves. However, rage inspires must-haves. Rage inspires need-to-haves. Rage inspires no choice but to have. We've arrived at a point where we know that innovation and the brain are contradictory by nature. Our brains are designed to reject innovation until we see a fire burning. We know our brains hate innovation until the present circumstance has no choice but to have it. This means that your desire to solve a burning present must outweigh your desire to solve an ideal future. And here's what we leave this event with. Innovations fail 7 out of 8 times. That hurts. People spend years and years and years developing their ideas with passion, with love, and 7 out of 8 fail. I don't understand why anyone would want to innovate in the first place. 7 out of 8, that's a bad stat. But there's a way to address it. The way to address it is to change our imagery of how we see, how we view, how we ideate for innovation. Currently, we see it as a creation of a new world, as the creation of new ideals. We see it as a sci-fi novel. We see it as a sci-fi film. But that's what results in the 7 out of 8. What we need to see it as is a way to desperately stop a burning present, a way to desperately stop something that's bleeding today, right now. And that comes from within. That comes from an innate desire to ignite urgency. And innovation can only ignite urgency if it arises from a place of rage. Innovations live and die by your intentions. So, my clarion call to you, everyone that's about to go to college, is get mad. Get really mad at the present. That's how you build the future. And I leave you with, do not go gentle into that good night. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. Thank you.